I have Ryzeal for you today, Ryu-Ge, Maliss, and some other interesting little surprises out of the weekend. Make sure you guys smash the little crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Now, there have been so many takes with Ryzeal out here that it has been incredibly cool to see this deck's week one evolution with how things have been changing. And one of the things that really made people kind of lose their mind out here was this build that went undefeated at its event, playing triple copies across, which breaks everything that everybody actually was thinking about this deck. So cross, you can't exceed some monster with the same name as a card you control. You can target 2 Ryzeal cards in your graveyard, except for this, place them on the bottom of the deck and draw a card. And then you can only use this effect of Ryzeal cross once per turn. And then once per turn, the opponent's activated monster effect resolves. And detach a material from a Ryzeal monster and negate that effect. So, I guess people are just like, I want to see this quicker. That's why you're choosing to play this. Yes, we are doing the 7th Tachyon out here. This is very, very important because you have your fire reveal and you have your light reveal here. Guess what? Light, and fires. Congratulations. 7th Tachyon gets you down either side of your package that you need to go down and turns your deck on so that you're able to do things. Also, your extra deck ratios here, Starleaf's Photon Burst, pretty common out here actually. For these builds, I've been seeing this a lot. Your 2 revealed targets have not changed across the board. This is what you're going to be sticking with. And then, of course, just generic utility options. Man, even seeing Abyss Dweller and Castell out here being options right now is so crazy. Like, these are not cards that you really expect to be seeing out here, especially the Daigusto Emerald. I was reading a lot of people, you know, not necessarily supporting the idea of Daigusto Emerald in this deck, and that's fine, but I think this is something that you do need to be looking at in considering for recyclability because this deck absolutely wants to see it. Now, we also have another little bit different of a build here. This is one of the more extreme builds that I kind of saw here. Now, you do see we are playing 1 cross, so, you know, breaking that trend of, you know, 1 cross from the 3 that we just saw, you know, kind of getting you a little bit difference of things here. This build is also playing the 1 hole thruster, which is pretty good. And then you are playing the 1 copy of the best trap hole here to be able to do with the Rafflesia. Pretty alright stuff. Now, you're also going to notice, we're playing Big Jaws, and we're actually playing the Drake Shark in here as well. Yes, these are just going to be little things that you'll be able to also recruit off of the 7th Tachyon to extend a little bit further, because guess what? Ragna Zero also qualifies as reveal target. I mean, if you don't want to play the Cestus, you can play the 104, or, you know, the Ragna Zero package if you're feeling a little bit more spicy. Bonfire is also mandatory for this. You have to be able to recruit for your pyros here if you need be. You can make an argument, maybe you don't have to, but I think having access to these is going to be the thing that you're going to need to see. Also, this artifact package off of the scythe, I really wish we could do this. It'd be nice, but this is a little bit of a showcase just what this deck is capable of doing. So you have a little bit of an idea that you can go, okay, this is kind of cool. All right, next up here, Maliss. I have seen so many Maliss lists this weekend. Like, it is actually kind of crazy just to see how many people have picked this deck up. Now, to see in the latest tier list out here, a lot of the OCG was putting this like a C tier, which is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've seen what this deck is capable of doing, but it does have some pretty bold choke points. Now, the OCG does get to do some more math mech shenanigans. The big thing with the math mech stuff is, like, this build's just playing an addition. I've seen circulars, I've seen everything else underneath the sun out here that people are trying to splash into this deck, but it's not to say that, you know, it's not working. No, it does have its thing. This is just a free little extender so you can continue on with your day. You also do see, hey, small world. Oh, okay, so we can bridge the gap. You know, having the addition in here, kind of helping out a little bit along the way. You know, one of each of the traps is also pretty standard at this point. And also, you know, they're also just focusing on 2 copies of Cheshire, the 3 Dormouse, and the triple White Rabbit. This is the perfect ratio. You're not going to mess around with this because this is correct. Now, we also are playing the Draco Utopian Aura down here. I started to see this come up a couple of times this weekend. This was a very cute tech choice. I actually wonder if this is going to stick around, or if this is going to kind of fade off into the back out here. But we're going to have to wait and see, actually. Next up here, Ryu-Ge. Let me tell you, so many Ryu-Ge builds out here this weekend, too. I've seen Sword Soul variants. I've seen Tenpai variants out here as well. Like, it's kind of crazy to see the amount of love that people are throwing at the Ryu-Ge deck, trying to, you know, work out what would be the optimal build. Now, the one interesting thing about this is you're going to notice this isn't your standard Ryu-Ge build. No, this is actually a greatly reduced package. This actually kind of goes against a lot of the things. You know, if you're playing, you know, the full Ryu-Ge, you know, BS out here, the thing you're going to notice with all of this is, you know, the Ryu-Ge stuff just puts massive bodies on the field, but it's a little bit more susceptible. So that's why, you know, being able to cut back this package and play a stronger voiceless voice line ensures that you'll be able to have that steady wall of negates put up so that, you know, you can actually play the game against your opponent. And that's what you want to be seeing right now. You want strong cards to be working in your favor. If not, you know, your whole strategy just falls apart and you're like, hey, like, what am I supposed to, you just lose the game. Like, that's all it is at this point. If you do not have good cards backing you in your court, you lose. Well, that sounds like any generic duel ever. But, yeah, interesting to actually see the choices around this. Okay. Now this, so those were our big takeaways. Now, I saw this, and this really, really, really made me happy. I have been wanting to mess around with Centurion for a little while. I love the deck. I think it's really, really cool in terms of its design, but you're telling me out here that I can play the Azamina package in here? Oh, well, suddenly this is kind of turning on into a different ball game now. All right, so the Azamina package, we've seen how stupid splashable that this stuff can actually be because, you know, having access to, you know, two incredibly strong monsters here to put that pressure on your opponent is kind of stupid. Also, you know, giving a deck an Omni Negate when it should have to work for its Omni Negates is a little bit more troublesome. I'm not going to be the first person to tell you, yeah, you know, woohoo, this deck should have it. No, this deck is one of the decks that I genuinely feel like should not have access to an Omni Negate, but, you know, here we are. So, you know, you're also kind of just splashing this package in here, minus, you know, like the emblems here, you know, maximizing all the way just so you can do the thing here. There's nothing else really too crazy about this. I just wanted to showcase Centurion evolutions out here and go, hey, there are ideas being showcased here. There are things that, you know, we can mess around with that can work out. I think this is pretty decent. All right. And then there was this. This was the spiciest deck of the weekend here. Allure Queen. And yes, we are playing the Chaotic Allure Queens. Remember, you can discard one other light or dark monster, special summon this from the hand. And then you can target one monster in either graveyard, equip it to this card, and if you do, this card's name becomes that monster's name until the end phase. And if a light or dark monster, or if it is a light or dark monster, you can also summon a dark Allure Queen monster from your deck or graveyard. So this is where you can beam on out, you know, level 3 here, and then congratulations, you get off to the races. Of course, you also do have the other Allure Queen stuff in here as well, with the Allure Paradise and the Allure Dance as well. And just to spicing up things a little bit more, we are actually playing the Metal Copycat, and we are playing the Metal Zoa in here as well. The levels of, like, sauce that these decks are able to play, you know, this is just a little 3-card package in here that you're able to kind of tuck on into this. Like, what in the world? I did not expect to be seeing this. Like, this is the cooked at home build, and you're just like, oh yeah, by the way, you know, I'm able to bring in some little crazy stuff. This is the new era of splashable cards that you're kind of starting to see right now, and it's kind of crazy just to see what people are trying out here. So, whew, a lot of fun things out here. So make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. And remember, you know, there are a lot of cool ideas that you're able to mess around with out here. I recommend giving them a shot. You guys have a good rest of your day, all right? patrons. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.